Hey friend, it's Mobix Game and welcome back to another video. Just go ahead and leave a like for support and do make sure to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this one. So let's go!
Я думаю, что я почти такая же, как и вы.
So, Pioneer first announced all the way back in 2017, an MMORPG survival by GFA Games now has a release window finally of late 21 to early next year. They even came up with a brand new trailer and it just looks promising to say the least, and check it out here in case you've missed it.
Хочешь устроить новый рейд на могильник? Сейчас это невозможно. На острове скоро вновь разгорится война. Истовики начнут замес бригады, и ни у кого из них больше не будет сил, чтобы нас поддерживать. Единственный выход для нас — начать собирать остатки вымпела. Слушай, жнец, далеко не все из наших товарищей погибли. Это невероятно суицидальная миссия, и для того, чтобы ее выполнить, нам нужны наши ребята. Да, они, возможно, не захотят, но нам все равно надо найти их.
Понимаете? Я ведь ни капельки не злюсь на вас.
Нет, мы с вами точно не враги.
Вы не понимаете меня и не понимаете остров.
Вы смотрите на меня и на другие порождения острова, как на врагов.
Но мы все всего лишь друг друга боимся.
Поэтому нам так плохо.
Поэтому нам так одиноко. Остров дал нам шанс создать новый...
Palia, which is described as an MMO simulation game about farming, exploring, fishing, kind of stuff, might be right up your alley as well if you're into RPG games. This game so far raised about $30 million in funding to get it done, and it's currently gearing up for its PC pre-alpha for sometime later this year. The day before. Scheduled for a PC only release this year, we know it's one of the most highly anticipated indie games of 2021. This game, in my opinion, is just plain beautiful with the type of survival elements many gamers have been waiting for. However, unfortunately, at this point, we're just waiting for a release window, so make sure to stay tuned for that particularly. And check it out in case you've missed it. Moving on, it's American Theft 80s, a thief action adventure kind of game in the US 80s. Premise of which is just simple: you sneak into houses, banks, shops, and get your hands on what you can find, sell them for cash, and fame. This one's actually scheduled to be released on Steam later this year.
That's what I'm talking about.
Producers at Team 17, and today I'm going to introduce you to the dark fantasy, medieval-inspired action RPG, Thymesia.
Coming from Team 17, this is Thymesia, up for wishlisting on Steam with a slated release date of December 31st this year. Thymesia, if you should know, is an action RPG that's been in the works since 2008, but the good news is almost ready and you can add a game to your wishlist on Steam right now.
Set in a world of alchemy that's been ravaged by an insidious plague and populated by terrifying monsters, Thymesia tells the story of Corvus, a mysterious individual who's entrusted with the task of curing the plague. As the quest unfolds, Corvus will discover untold truths and secrets that ultimately lead to a decision on how to handle the plague, to vanquish the source of the ever-spreading malevolence or let the kingdom fall to its own hubris. The destiny of humanity is up to him. Thymesia is not for the faint of heart. The monsters plaguing the kingdom are extremely deadly and skilled in combat, and many have fallen to them. But luckily, Corvus isn't a newcomer to battle. As the quest develops, this half-human, half-raven would-be saviour must use every tool in his arsenal, from his uncanny agility to dual-wielding sabre and dagger and raptor-like claws and feathers. Inspired by the macabre, medieval act of bloodletting practiced by plague doctors, whenever Corvus deals damage to any enemy, they let out some of their energy. Hit them with your claw in time and absorb the energy. Corvus can also reave the plague from the enemy and use it across a range of plague-powered weapons, such as a two-handed halberd pike that unleashes high levels of damage, and a scythe that delivers area effect damage to enemies. Give them a taste of their own...
Entry team, you're cleared to proceed.
Ready or Not is currently available for pre-order as well. For those of you unaware, this game is a tactical first-person shooter where players take on the role of a SWAT police unit who must defuse a certain number of hostile situations, so it says, which was actually initially revealed 4 years ago with just a trailer and hopefully due out later this year. Check it out.
Help! Please, help me!
Door ram is ready, sir. Copy that, entry team. Go when ready.
Amazon's new World finally launches on PCs August 31st this year. If you're a fan of MMORPGs or just familiar with the genre, you're most likely to like this one as well, I think. I personally think New World has the potential to be a good one, and I've heard it comes with a few flaws as well, so just keep that in mind if you're going for it. Now, on the other hand, Lone Echo 2, which is the sequel to the previous Lone Echo, obviously. The Zero Gravity VR game finally releases on Oculus devices this year on August 24th. And this time you're going to be picking up where the first game left off. And, well, in case you're just wondering, there's rumors this game is also coming to PCs, but, like, nothing to give any credits to. So just check it out.
Not to jinx it, but I think we're actually making progress here. God damn it! I don't know if I can do this, Jack. Your systems are failing. I barely managed to keep your core memory alive.
Are you injured?
What the hell is this? Jack, please.
Good morning, sunshine.
Jack! Oh, thank God.
Captain Rhodes, report to observation.
Don't say a word. They can't know you're online. I promise I'll explain everything when I get back. I'm going to need your help.
All was fulfilled, just as it was written.
Fight for survival. Gather resources, face monsters, and rebuild mankind with your companion. This is what you come across with if you look up first on Steam, and there is a survival simulator set in a world after a global apocalypse. Only that, we'll check it out. This one's coming to PCs only, and a release for the game is just yet to be announced.
A friend in need, who then returned the favor. But the truth is, we're only still here because of them. He used his inventory and skills. His friend had his back all along. One thing is sure, they made it because they had each other's back.
And we are developing INDUSTRIA, a mystery first-person shooter in which a woman searches for her work colleague.
So, available to wishlist and due out finally into PCs in just a few months, we hear. INDUSTRIA is a first-person shooter that puts you into this parallel reality, apparently shortly before the end of the Cold War. This comes an action-adventure, in case you're wondering, and I think it's one of the worthy ones in this list. I'm personally waiting to hear more about the full release in the coming months. Check it out. If you like stories or games about Chernobyl, you should definitely check out Chernobyl Liquidator Simulator, which is probably one of the most played demos on Steam right now. This game's obviously, as you can see, a simulation type that lets you just go through the whole Chernobyl things as a firefighter. Check it out, and do make sure to head over to Steam for that free demo, if you like.
Welcome to the Arctic, sailor. An icy hell if ever there was one.
So, Dread Hunter launches in fall, finally. For PCs only, by the way, this fall. Not sure which day precisely. This is a multiplayer RPG, but survival and betrayal. Not a bad one at all, to be honest, and if you like open world games, it's probably one you should keep an eye out for.
Building a campfire will help you survive the freezing Arctic night. Hunt for food and supplies, but be wary of the many predators that call the Arctic home. Craft weapons and items to protect yourself and keep your crew in fighting shape. And last but not least, be careful who you trust. There is a darkness in the Arctic, and I have seen it turn men into monsters.
Welcome to Century Age of Ashes.
But yeah, apparently September. Other than that, although here's a trailer if you missed out on the game and if you should know, this game is a free-to-play multiplayer, obviously.
Access version features 3 playable classes, all with a distinct power and 2 additional abilities that you can select depending on your strategy. Phantoms can cloak in an instant to escape a chase or set up a nice kill. Use the blast to disrupt your enemy's movement or set up explosive traps with the mine. Wind guards shield their teammates from harm by rushing to their side. They can use the blast or deploy poisonous smokes to drive off foes and cover a tactical retreat. Relentless marauders mark and track down their fleeing enemies. Use gusts to escape projectiles or numb your prey with impairing frost bolts. Combine these various classes to rule the skies in 3 exclusive game modes.
Now, Lost Ark, by the way, which is slated for sometime this fall as well, just went on and released another trailer. Check it out, it's a good one as well, if you should know. Lost Ark was originally released in Korea nearly like 4 years ago, and it is now finally coming to the West, hopefully.
Torn once again. The demons have returned. With roaring destruction and waking nightmares.
So, how about Jurassic Park meet Half-Life? This is what developers actually describe FOSSILFUEL, which is a horror action shooter in which the player must fight their way through Jurassic monsters and super soldiers, whatnot, in an open world, cyberpunk kind of experience. Just make sure to check it out and stay tuned for a precise release window soon.
History is all around us.
If you've been waiting to hear more about the new Age of Empires game, 2 new trailers for Age of Empires just arrived. They went on and said the game will be available on Steam and Game Pass for PC on October 28th this year, and I think that's all you need to hear. Just check them out.
If history was in your hands, what would you build? How would you fight? Where would you go?
What will you be remembered for?
Here's one for horror fans. This one is an action shooter, you probably guessed already, survival game. Been in the work for a good year and it's in early access right now for about, I don't know, it's actually pretty cheap I think, which if you like, just make sure to head over to Steam and support the developers for a full refined game for sometime later this year. Just a few days back I came across a totally brand new action RPG called ACHILLES Legends Untold, and that is in development. Set to be released at the beginning of 2022, coming to PCs. The announcement of which also came with a revealed trailer showcasing the gameplay, story, and a bunch of other things.
A vow, Achilles. Welcome to my forge. Become a warrior who will defy gods.
Once there was a paradise-like land. Its folks didn't have any worries.
On the other hand, you can actually play Giant's Uprising demo for free right now on Steam. It's a good one. This game's a medieval fantasy action adventure that's been in development for years, and in case you've missed it, they also came up with a totally new gameplay trailer. Just check it out. And last but not least, according to its developers, Phantom Abyss will remain in early access for another year or so. This game's actually already at the top sellers on Steam right now, and you can pick it up in its early access phase for $19.99. Check it out and make sure to stay tuned for a finished product.